Welcome to Newswire, news for Nebraska's farmers and ranchers. I'm Cassie Hobelheinrich, Communication Coordinator for Nebraska Farm Bureau. Supply chain problems and inflation are pushing input costs higher and higher, a trend economists expect to continue into 2022. NEFB senior economist Jay Rempe says understanding this riskier environment is key when making decisions for next year. In recent weeks, the cost of farm inputs have soared to record highs, leaving many Nebraska farmers and ranchers worried about the future.
But if input prices keep going up, it's going to be another tough year. Every little bit we make this year, we're going to have to spend just to try and farm again another year.
Nebraska Farm Bureau senior economist Jay Rempe says inflation and supply chain issues are causing a squeeze on the availability of fertilizer and chemicals like glyphosate, driving prices up. But according to a sample budget from the Department of Agricultural Economics at UNL, there is a margin for profit.
They looked at a dryland corn and irrigated corn budget, tried to factor in these price increases that we're looking at all across the board for seed, fuel, fertilizer. And the good news is when you look at prices for corn for next December, if you look at the futures market, there's still some room for positive margins there. But to get that, it's going to take a little bit of planning, knowing your costs, knowing your budget, putting in a marketing plan together, and trying to protect yourself into the future on some of those, if you're a farmer looking at next year and looking at some of these costs.
As farmers finish harvest, given the uncertainties in today's markets, Rempe says now is the time to plan for next year. He says to keep a few things in mind when making decisions. Talk with your input providers about your projected needs. Develop production budgets and know your costs. Make a marketing plan based on your 2022 production decisions and projected costs. And be flexible with your plans. 2022 will likely require adjustments.
Knowing that things may not always work the way you normally do because of some of these challenges out there, and just recognizing that and play a little bit of the what if game. What if I can't get glyphosate? What do I do? How do I plan for that? What if I can't get a certain mix of fertilizer that I normally use or formula? How do I adjust and plan for that? And, you know, they say every year in agriculture is unique and different, and it is. There's just when you're dealing with all kinds of things. But I think next year is going to be especially unique, and there's going to be it's a much riskier environment.
With the pandemic reshaping supply and demand, experts predict it will take time and investment to stabilize the supply chain.
No one sees this cleaning itself up or clearing up in the near future. They're talking later 2022 into 2023, and so this is going to be a little bit of an issue for a while.
For more stories like this, visit nefb.org and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for watching this week's Newswire from Nebraska Farm Bureau, the trusted voice for Nebraska farm and ranch families.